Thank you, Quadro Alas Promotions. Alright, here we go, Coach. Na-excite na ako. Kasi we were expecting a lot of action. We got a lot of action. We wanted to see a TKO. Nakakita tayo ng TKO. What do you think is in store for tonight, Coach?
So far, it's exceeding our expectations.
Yes, it
Kasi
is.
pataas ang intensity.
And if you notice,
ng
the
mga
crowd
bouts.
here in Montalban Gymnasium is getting larger and larger.
And very, very lively, especially kapag Team Montalban ang lalaban.
Shout out to the province of Montalban.
Bakbakan sa Montalban.
Brought to you by Quadro Alas Promotions. And
By the way, ako pala si Edward Labana. Nakatira ako sa Kasiplanas Libre sa Gosan del Norte. Tsaka nagtitraining ako sa Elm Boxing Gym. Kamusta naman ang paghahanda sa laban mo na to? Solid naman yung training ko. Tsaka paghihirap. Tsaka hindi talaga nawawala yung mga sakripisyo. Anong aabangan ng mga tao sa'yo bukas sa laban mo? Ang gusto ko lang talaga sabihin, marami talaga nag-aabang. Tsaka ibibigay ko yung best sa laban. Tsaka lahat naman tayo naghihirap eh. Alam ko na marami talaga yung nakasuporta sa akin. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Tsaka sa mga naghihintay sa akin. Mga gusto mong pasalamatan. Pasalamatan ko, isa lang doon si Papa. Kat, thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Igor. I'm from Fighting Alice Stable. My coach is Boyet Luna and my manager is Sir Ron Alanin. Sa training ko po, binigay ko po ang lahat at may expect niyo po ang exciting na laban at ipapakita ko po ang lahat. Gusto ko po magpasalamat sa mga tumutulong po sa akin, sa mga followers ko po at sa lahat ng mga kaibigan ko, lalo na po sa manager at coach ko po. Thank you.
Ako si Igor from Fighting Ali Boxing Stable, Quezon City.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome inside the Muntalban Gymnasium here in the beautiful town of Muntalban, Rizal. General Casimero's Quadro Alas Promotion proudly presents Bakbakan sa Muntalban, the third punch. In partnership with the municipality of Muntalban, Rizal, Payandog Sports, and Legal Nakamao Boxing Gym in coordination with Honorable Mayor General Ronnie Evangelista and the head of Muntalban Sports Development Office, Mr. Elmer Ardaniel. All professional boxing bouts are sanctioned by the Games and Amusements Board, Chairman, Attorney Francisco Rivera, GAM Commissioners, Mr. Angel Bautista, and Attorney Manuel Plaza III. Chief of Boxing and Other Contact Sports is Mr. Rodil Manao. This next bout is 4 rounds of boxing in the Super Bantamweight division. The three judges scoring at ringside are Carlo Baluyot, Elmer Costillas, and Danilo Lopez. Third man in the ring, the man in charge of the action, is Noel Haduka. Introducing first, the fighter in the blue corner, wearing black, official weight, 120.2 pounds. He has a record of 0 victory, 3 defeats, 1 draw, with 0 knockout from ELM Boxing Stable in Malabon City. Let us all welcome Edward Labana. And his opponent, the fighter in the red corner, wearing red, official weight, 117.9 pounds, making his professional boxing debut from Fighting Ali Boxing Stable in Quezon City. Let us all welcome the Savior, Igor Munyaneza.
Break. Pag may bumagsak, punta ka agad sa corner, okay? That's love
And the very beautiful Claudette bringing the round into a start. Here we go, Coach.
This is the 5th bout of the evening. Dito sa Bakbakan sa Montalban, we're seeing a fight between Igor Munyaneza
On the red
on the red corner. This is his
And-
debut fight versus Edward Labana on the blue corner. Coming
Alright.
out very aggressive.
Very
si Labana.
aggressive first round for both fighters, with Labana actually assaulting on a heavy punch flurry
Yes,
against Igor Munyaneza.
The one getting more aggressive is Labana. Moving
Igor
forward,
is actually
trying
a
to
longer fighter, Coach.
Yes.
Igor has to use that long reach and that long
Good
stamina
left hook.
advantage. But then
Good left
again,
hook from Labana.
Labana is actually going to an in-fight. I think that's the technique usually coming from a shorter fighter, no?
Yes. But for a first round, tulad na sinabi mo kanina, this could get Labana in trouble in the last rounds unless he has a good air or stamina.
Munyaneza is actually
Bound
striking the
today.
body and climbing up top to the head. I think the height advantage works well for the side of Munyaneza, but we cannot discount itong skill ni Labana. Kasi
Labana is able
nakakapasok
to,
yung sword niya.
yes, is able to in-fight.
Labana with the black gold trunks.
That's
and
a
there's a
clean
hook
hook.
from Munyaneza. Landed flush on the chin of Labana. Pero tinan natin kung sasagot itong si Labana ngayon. 2 good jabs
Yes.
for Munyaneza.
Those are stiff jabs, throwing Labana's head in the air.
All right, I think Munyaneza is using the jab for his measurement.
Good
to
straight.
follow up a good straight right there.
From Munyaneza.
Usually, Coach, you can't really say ito mga payat na fighters na to. Talagang may force behind the
Yes, those are stiff punches. They may not be as strong as the one with the bigger mass, pero the punches will come out sharp and fast.
because of the velocity coming from a long range.
Yes.
Napakagaling.
That was a
Mal-
clean hook from Munyaneza. It was
Magaling
a
ang
short
guard.
hook.
All right,
Good
it's a
straight.
short straight, long straight coming from Munyaneza. And Munyaneza actually goes for the body afterwards.
Yes.
Mukhang walang strategy itong kaibigan nating si Labana, Coach,
Meron
against
siyang
Munyaneza.
weaving and bobbing, trying to land a body shot.
But I'm seeing a lot of wild movements of weaving.
He's trying to get inside and get the in-fight, but he's throwing more of the wild punches.
Exactly. But if you think about it, mas malinis ang galaw nitong si Igor Munyaneza, who is coming out for his pro debut. Not bad, Coach.
Yes, and if he keeps getting hit in the body, it's gonna run out. He's gonna run out of stamina for Labana.
We're seeing a lot of haymakers from Labana landing
Yes.
to the body, pero magaling ang guard nitong si Munyaneza, blocking the punches with his elbow and then coming up with a counter straight on the head up top.
Yes. Now Labana is in the corner with only 10 seconds remaining on the first round. Good
Labana-
uppercut from
There's a good straight
Munyaneza.
for Munyaneza.
Good head movement coming from Labana.
First round has ended just like that, coach.
Very, very quick. Ang 3
And
minutes.
round number 1.
First round.
And before
Agret-
anything else, we would like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Board Member, Engineer Rafael Ayuso.
I think
Palakpakan po natin si Engineer Rafael Ayuson, ang ating buong board member. And together with Apex, Kajente, and one championship fighter, Jeremy Miado.
The very beautiful Yuki Shan bringing the second round into actual happening.
And also
I think
present
for the
here,
first round, as far as
son of
skills is
Jerry
concerned,
Mendoza.
si Munyaneza ang lumamang.
So even if aggressive itong si Labana, malinis ang galawan nitong si Munyaneza.
Yes, partner. That's true. And you can easily see it from our angle.
Second
Let's
round.
see how Labana will approach the second round.
Ang galing nung reach nitong si Munyaneza, pumapasok kagad yung
Yes,
jab kahit malayo pa.
he's able to utilize his long reach very, very professionally.
Labana has to be very efficient with his entry kasi he has a lot of space to cover in
Yes.
between them and
And those
Munyaneza.
stiff jabs are somehow sharp. Pag tumama yan, will throw
Okay,
your
I saw a little bit of a body shot that entered in the left
good
hook by
uppercut
Labana.
from Labana.
I think
Labana
that's
seems to be trying to bank on the body shots.
all right. So that I think that's the strategy of Labana. Knowing that mahaba itong si Munyaneza,
Yes.
he has to get inside.
Good
And
overhand!
there we go.
Good overhand
That's
from
a good
Labana.
overhand couch.
Knocking down
Labana
Munyaneza.
actually landed flush, knocking down Igor.
That was a good
Munyaneza.
overhand. It was a goodly timed overhand coming from Labana.
So now I see-
coming out of nowhere.
So hindi tayo nagkamali, partner. Talagang ang strategy ni Labana is baon under the
Yes,
body.
now he's throwing haymakers na parang wala ng bukas.
Oh, but he has to be
He
very
has to
careful.
end-
He
He's
has to be
looking to
very-
end this tonight on this round, giving it everything he has to
Nagiging-
finish the fight.
All right,
And
another
now
hook.
he's able to land punches. Let's see if he's going to be able to
Sumusugal itong si
finish.
Labana with but the problem is if he gambles with that, he will run out of air.
Pero he's looking to finish, so let's see if he can with only a few
There's a
more
timeout
seconds
called by the
remaining.
referee. Oh, we saw
I
there
think
that
he's,
the mouthpiece
mouthpiece.
of Igor Munyaneza has fallen off. So we both have a timeout for both the
yes, that
fighters.
will give Munyaneza significant time to
Parang
recover.
pating itong si Labana, nakaamoy ng dugo,
Yes.
hinabol na.
Now he's gonna try to finish it with throwing haymakers. Kaya lang,
We
let's
could
see
not-
if he didn't run out of air
We
because of the haymakers he was throwing.
That was the risk there, coach. That was the risk there. So we could not discount both fighters at this point. Let us see how this happens. Labana is sticking to his strategy. More haymakers, more aggression, while Munyaneza is trying to be calculated with his punches still. I saw a right hook on the right chin. What do you think?
Yes, he's ducking down and then putting all of the weight on his right hand, praying na tumama yung suntok niya. Anywhere to Munyaneza's body or to the head. He was lucky to land another overhand.
Another overhand.
But this
Talagang,
time, medyo naubusan na siya ng stamina and the power.
if this round goes to the third round, I'm guessing all fatigue
Will
being
set in,
against-
yes. And
And we're
slowly,
seeing here-
Munyaneza is starting to recover.
10
and
seconds.
Labana's punches are getting weaker
All right.
with the last 10 seconds remaining
So
on
the gamble
the second
of
round.
Labana did not go into his favor, coach.
Not to finish the fight, but it did earn him a
A
knockdown
knockdown.
for the second round of the fifth bout
And
of the
obviously,
evening.
that round goes to Labana. Do you agree, coach?
Yes, definitely. It was a perfectly timed overhand, giving him the knockdown. I can say this was the most accurate overhand I've seen in this bout.
So if
in
you
this,
think about it, coach,
event.
Labana is actually coming in with more experiences, having 3 losses under his belt. So we're seeing it tonight.
Basically, he has 4 matches
Four
in his
matches.
experience, having 1 draw. Pero you can tell na Labana is banking more on his haymakers. Now let's see how these haymakers that he threw on the second round will affect his game on the third round.
I can actually appreciate Igor Munyaneza's decision to stay technical.
Yes, he rested while the referee was counting.
Third
to
round,
recover.
and let's see how this goes. An early jab, an early aggression on Igor Munyaneza. I think Igor, having knocked down on the second round, has kept that into memory.
Yes.
And is trying to be a little bit aggressive on the third round now.
Yes, but we can see with his footwork that he's recovered already. Let's see how he's gonna answer for what
That's
happened.
a good straight coming from Munyaneza, landing flush on Labana. Labana is still the same strategy coach.
Yeah, but
Haymakers with
Munyaneza
a-
has to find a way to counter that
And just like that.
low stance of Labana.
Just like that.
That's a right hook.
Hook, buddy. Munyaneza
Munyaneza
is going
is
up and down,
landing
up and
punches,
down.
yes.
Very nice. I'm not seeing a lot of power coming from the punches of Munyaneza. What do you think, Coach?
Not because he's the thinner fighter. Mas payat siya pero the punches are landing clean. So let's see if it accumulates on Labana later on in this
terms
bout.
of points.
Points and the accumulation of damage.
All right.
While Labana throws those haymakers like Hail Mary punches.
The Hail Mary punches are actually a 50-50 because if it hits, it's strong. If it's not, it's a waste of energy.
Yes, so it's a high risk, high reward.
High risk, high reward. I definitely
Right.
agree with you, Coach, right there. So, tingnan natin. So, Labana is still, although medyo pagod, talagang lumalapit pa rin siya kay Igor Munyaneza,
And
Coach.
that's I think his game plan is to get in,
And there we go.
going really, really low.
He's bobbing and weaving and running away.
I think Munyaneza has to throw more uppercuts, short
He has
uppercuts.
to read those bobbing and weaving, Coach. But giving that this is
We have to
Munyaneza.
give Labana the credit for not running out of stamina, throwing too many haymakers
I think
per
the
round.
Munyaneza being a new fighter is showing tonight.
Yes. But as far as accurate punching, he has not lost his accuracy.
All right.
And his stance is still good as far as what I'm seeing right now.
Okay, if Munyaneza...
Nice
All right,
straight!
that's a clone again.
Good
That's-
straight from Labana.
All right, I saw the mouthpiece getting thrown off of Munyaneza's mouth.
Yes, but it's still in there. It's still intact. It almost flew from his
Almost
mouth.
flew. Coach, if Munyaneza doesn't have a knockout in his plan tonight, then he probably is trying to earn more on points. Do you agree?
Most probably, but getting a knockdown on one of the rounds can give him
An upper hand.
will give Labana an upper hand
Third round
on
has
the
already
bout
ended.
overall.
How will you score that round, Coach?
I think it's still an even match.
An even match.
Because kahit lagi naka-duck or nakayuko si Labana, he was throwing haymakers
Labana
the whole time.
This strategy by Labana of going under the punches is working well for him. But of course, it's eating against his stamina. But then again, Munyaneza has to find a workaround for the strategy.
Yes, yes. And I think Labana is confident with his stamina, throwing wild punches the whole round. Siguro yan talaga yung game plan niya to go really, really low to get inside and get to the infighting, canceling all of Munyaneza's attempt to throw strong punches. Kasi you can see, because Munyaneza is very long, a long-distance puncher, is canceling all of his power.
Exactly.
Final
Fourth round, final round. And here we go. This is the end round for the evening. Both fighters
Good
going
hook.
at it with a good
Now
hook.
Munyaneza is
Munyaneza
getting more aggressive.
Let's see how it counts.
Let's see if he's gonna accumulate. Yung sinasabi ko, accumulation ng punches.
Labana
But
is still sticking
Labana
to the
is
same
very, very
strategy.
aggressive and
Still
keeps throwing.
haymakers,
haymakers.
under fighting.
I have to give Labana the credit. Ito yung heart na sinasabi mo na meron si Labana.
Maganda yung, I think heart is also a factor in a good fight. And Munyaneza is trying to make good distance to land his punches kasi walang-wala siya pag in-fighting, coach.
Yes, nakaka-cancel off yung mga punches niya. Plus, you also have to give Labana the credit. This is due to his experience, having 4 fights already. Kahit mga talo and draw, he's learning from these experiences.
One thing that I could say for tonight, coach, this was not an easy debut for Igor Munyaneza.
Definitely, partner, definitely. Sabayan pa lang sila. Pero
Alright, they're going
Labana
at
is
it.
standing his ground.
Labana standing his
But
ground. Munyaneza trying to fight
Munyaneza
off.
is able to get in more clean punches to Labana.
Igor Munyaneza is still being very, very technical.
Yes,
I
but
like
the question is, will it be enough? Because
Will
this is
it
the
be
4th
enough?
round of this 5th bout of the evening. Dito sa bakbakan sa Montalban.
Double jab by Igor Munyaneza. Labana still going under
That's a
haymaker.
right
Overhand.
hook, right overhand, landing clean on Munyaneza's head.
Both fighters fighting with good heart tonight. Munyaneza and
Labana
Labana.
Labana, you can see that he's getting a little dizzy.
All
He's
right.
wobbling already.
Wobbly legs, shake
Maybe
legs.
because of tiredness, but good head movement
Igor
from Labana.
Munyaneza has to find a way to maximize that weakness.
He only
coming
has
from
a
Labana.
few seconds remaining. He wants to capitalize and maximize the punches to at least earn a win from the judges' scorecard.
Like
If
what you
he's not
said
able to
earlier,
finish.
Coach, Igor Munyaneza only throws a jab, a straight, and a hook. I haven't seen an uppercut.
Good uppercut,
Good
from
uppercut.
Munyaneza.
That's what he needed to do. That is what he needed to do. Tama ba, Coach?
Tama, kaya lang, he has to earn a knockdown to even out the knockdown from the earlier rounds.
Patapos ng round, Munyaneza has to do more of that knockout. More uppercuts coming by way of
Labana
Munyaneza.
is still trying to defend and still land punches kahit nakikita mo sa kanya. that
10
he's running out.
seconds.
Last 10 seconds.
Last 10 seconds coming in.
And Labana is giving it everything he has. Everything he has.
Labana fighting for his dear life like a hungry animal. The round has
There
ended.
you go. End of the 4th round for the 5th match of the evening.
All right.
Sa
as a-
bakbakan sa
And before
Montalban.
ending,
very
also, I'd like to
exciting fight.
acknowledge the presence of Apex Caliente. And also present here is the son of our 2-time world champion, Jerry Peñalosa.
So now we go to the judges' scorecards,
Judges' scorecards, yes.
and Julian Navarro already has the results.
After 4 rounds of professional boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Carlo Baluyot and Judge Elmer Castillas scores about 38-37, and Judge Danilo Lopez scores about 39-36 for your winner by unanimous decision from Malabon City ELM Boxing Stable, Edward Labana.
I have to give it to Labana.
Yes.
That's
yes.
my first time to see a fight stance with a consistent haymaker tactic actually win the bout.
Sabi mo nga, partner, it's this time yung heart ang nagdala sa kanya to finally get his win in his professional boxing career.
So
Finally, he gets the win, and he gets the win with pure heart.
So Edward Labana actually maximized on the inexperience of
Yes,
Igor
yes.
Munyaneza.
That counts as a factor too. From here, we can just expect Munyaneza to learn from this fight na most of the fighters or boxers na makakatapat niya in the future might be smaller than him and might have the same stance as what Labana did.
Igor Munyaneza might not have had a lucky win tonight, but then again, this will be a good lesson for him. He still has a young
This is
upstart
his
career
first
in front of
bout.
him.
This is his first bout, so he still has a long way
A
to
long
go.
way to go. I think, Coach, every fighter must understand that losing is not the end of the world when it
Yes,
comes to having a boxing career.
If this is your debut, you're gonna have to consider that, especially if you're fighting against someone who has had 4 fights already kahit nasa losing end.
Yes.
Tonight, Labana showed the experience. Yung heart niya is coming from the fights that he's had before.
And Munyaneza has to go back to the drawing board
Yes.
to basically develop a new way to maximize kasi he already has the technical skill eh.
Yes, based sa mga napanood natin kanina, most of the time, yung mga long-distance fighters are dominating the fight.
Yes.
But this time, Labana showed us na his infighting gave him, and the heart that he has, gave him the victory.